it all goes to me to growing up here in Mejia and knowing that I was cared for and I was loved in this town. I mean, everybody wants to be from somewhere. You know, everybody wants to feel like their life matters or they have a purpose in life. And I always tell my husband, like, every time I hit that city limit sign, I feel good. Because I know who I am when I'm here. You know, you can lose yourself in this world. And I think Cindy Walker knew who she was being here.
The collective memory of a small town can be a funny, fragile thing. Fixtures that seem as timeless and accepted as the turning of the seasons can slowly recede from recollection. A local celebrity, once known as the songwriter of country stars, well known to the entire town of Mejia, Texas, over time can slip into obscurity. Lindsay Liepman, local news anchor in Waco, is working to make sure Cindy Walker's legacy isn't forgotten. What's your connection to this?
I grew up in the 80s and 90s here in Mejia and then left town to become a journalist. And so we all knew who Cindy was, but we let her do her thing. People in Mejia didn't really bother her. This town took such good care of my family, of my single mom, my brother and I. And so when I realized something needed to be done that would pour back into the town of Mejia, I felt like I was at the right place at the right time to do the work. And it means so much to me because this town means so much to me. And so that's where my motivation comes from. I never knew Cindy Walker. I feel like I know her now.
I can't really call Cindy Walker an unsung hero because the words she penned, the melodies she crafted have all been sung for decades. You Don't Know Me, It's All Your Fault, Dream Baby. The songs she wrote rose to the top of the charts with versions by legends like Willie Nelson, Ray Charles, Bob Wills, and Roy Orbison, just to name a few. But the domain of a songwriter tends to be behind the scenes.
I think her entire catalog is an Easter egg because you're like, Cindy Walker wrote that? And she kind of wanted it that way. She didn't want to be the star. She wanted the music to be the star, the song to be the star. What Cindy Walker did was not being done by anyone at the time. I like to call her the ace behind the kings. So if Bob Wills is the king, as Waylon Jennings famously sang in his song, Bob Wills is still the king, then it's Cindy Walker who is the ace. And I wouldn't call her a queen because she was so smart in everything that she did, business-wise, in the way that she wrote songs, and she did it all in that room. And this is the journey that Cindy Walker would make every morning with her cup of coffee to write songs.
When Cindy Walker wasn't pitching her songs to the stars in Hollywood and Nashville, she was busy writing music every morning in that little house in Mejia she shared with her mother.
It was all about her music to her. She didn't care about being famous. And she even, at one point, one of the residents here in Mejia wanted signs out at the edge of town that said, "Home of Cindy Walker," and she was like, no, 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 don't do that. She was a female trailblazing songwriter, but she would say, no, 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 songwriter. She didn't think about the fact that she was a woman. She just knew that she did this thing well, songwriting, and it didn't matter if she was a man or a woman because folks were going to come to her because she could write a hit song. Where we're sitting, Gene Autry would come to visit her, Bob Wills, Willie Nelson, Ernest Tubb. They would pull their tour buses right out front and come in and talk to Cindy and see if she had any songs for them.
No kidding.
This is really cool. We were able to find her Rolodex.
Oh my God.
And it is a who's who, if you want to read some of the names, but you know, yeah. Ray Charles is in there, Willie Nelson is in there, Gene Autry is in there, and she would call all of these people directly.
Oh my God. After Cindy passed in 2006, she left the home to a beloved friend and caretaker. After she passed, the very same house where Cindy wrote so many country music classics began to fall into disrepair.
Welcome to Cindy's living room. It's So we formed the Cindy Walker Foundation to raise the money to purchase the house and then to start the restoration work. And a lot of people said, I don't think you can save the house. And I said, we should at least try.
What's been the response from the people here in Mejia, you know, who've wanted to help and or have been turned on to what you're doing?
Yeah, I think at first people were very skeptical. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm Miss MHS 1999, okay? I can get things done around here. I think we turned the corner when we raised the funds to buy the house. People thought, okay, they've got the support to be able to buy the house. Now will they have the support to be able to fix it? And so I think with every challenge that we've just kept moving past, people kind of see the proof is in the pudding.
Tell you what, Alex, go ahead.
Once Lindsay and the foundation got some momentum, the good news kept coming.
The twist in this story is we thought we were saving the house, but we also ended up saving her never before heard music that was just sitting in there. Her music, her clothing, her awards that were underneath her mattress, because she didn't display it. I mean, if I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, you would see that medallion.
She had that stored under a mattress.
She had her awards underneath her mattress. She has luggage from when she went out to Hollywood. And we opened up some of that luggage and the music was in there. And so it was incredible. And this is music that if we had not cared enough about the house, we wouldn't have found the music that was in there. Nobody knew it was in there. So it's pretty incredible.
Through Lindsay's journey to save Cindy Walker's house and preserve her legacy, Lindsay has become close with some of Cindy's relatives, making the discovery of the preserved songs all the more powerful.
We were in Nashville with Lindsay and the rest of the crew, and they had just gotten back the tapes that we'd found in the house. And so Mike says, I want to play one of these for you. And he starts playing this song with Cindy singing, and it was pretty moving. I mean, we hadn't heard her voice in a long time.
I know.
It was, I know you kind of got teared up, but it was like, okay, that's Cindy singing. And you immediately could see her and see her guitar, and it was, and then we heard some of the others, but that first song was,
I know, because we hadn't heard her voice
No,
in
it was-
many years.
Lindsay has done so much to make sure Cindy Walker's legacy lives on, but there's still work to do. She has a vision for the future, even as she honors the past.
I see us building songwriter cabins behind Cindy's home so that we can have songwriter retreats out here, so music can be created, so we can have a words and music songwriting camp for kids out here on the property. That's what I see, a place that the community is able to use and where music can fill it again. And so I see it looking like how it looked in 1962 when she had her best year as a songwriter with You Don't Know Me at the top of the charts and Dream Baby at the top of the charts, and looking like it did during that time period of her life.
If you love Texas as much as I do, we've got plenty of other stories for you to check out, and we hope you'll continue to hop in and travel with me. My name is JB Salceda, and this is Texas Country Reporter.